So so I sort of was doing MMA on and off, and then I sort of decided I wanted to join the Royal Marines. So I started. I've got like my head lasered, well tattooed, and I started having it lasered off. And I've been chatting to someone recently about because like obviously my cancer is like genetic cancer, so I reckon when I was having my head lasered because it was so painful, it might have triggered something. I don't know. I've been doing a bit of research around it, and
Wow.
it's the only thing I can find that makes sense. But yeah, so I started doing that training for the Royal Marines, and then I was sort of training for fights in my gym, and then found like a lump in my testicle. So this when I was about 26, and life was sort of getting better. I met a girl, we had a few trips, we were sort of like everything was looking good, like maybe sort of be with her, maybe get married or whatever. Yeah, I got diagnosed, and that was it really. I started chemo immediately. Well, like we had a while. I had to have the testicle removed, but that was booked in. And then we did a CT scan, and basically, my doctor he just said, "Yeah, it's cancer," because you don't know until you have it removed. So he said we're going to put off the surgery and just start you on chemotherapy like immediately. But
Right.
he said it's basically like the easiest one to get rid of. So I think 9 weeks this treatment was supposed to be on, and then he said you'll be fine. So 9 weeks later, the treatment had worked, and I went into remission for about what couple of hours. They did like they said like let's do a blood test like on the day. So I was like okay just to double check. And then when I got home, they called me and they said look we've made a mistake, the blood test is spiked, so you have to come back and we're going to have to sort of look into new other treatment or whatever. So yeah, that was the first time I sort of had it when it didn't work, and then we started another treatment, and then to be honest, like while I was having treatment, I weren't too bad. I mean, I'm having chemo at the moment, and I feel like how I did at the start, which was I mean, I've just been to Wales this weekend and climbed Snowdon and stuff. So with the guy that's also in this call. um, but yeah, so like I'm not too bad, but I've just been resting a bit.
Yeah.
And also like my eyebrows, my hair's not really coming back to be honest, but it's and it's falling out again. So yeah, like I was doing all these different chemotherapy treatments. I was still going to the gym, try and go like MMA every now and then,
Right.
but getting punched in the face is a bit, you can't really be doing that and going to the hospital after.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was still going out drinking as well. And then after about what is it, like 3 or 4 chemotherapy treatments, the none of them had worked. So we ended up saying we're going to do like higher dose with blood stem cell treatment, which is like really it's the hardest treatment you can do in chemotherapy. We did it twice. So and I remember like this when it sort of got a bit more serious and went to the hospital, spoke to the doctor, and it was the day before my 27th birthday. Um, he just said, do you want a number? So I said, yeah. And he said, well, the success rate of this will be 25% chance like you will like live. So
Okay.
and if it doesn't work, it sort of gave me about what 2 years. It was in the lung, the cancer and stuff. So yeah, that was the shittest birthday ever. And
Yeah.
when I saw my mates later, like the next day, obviously it was my birthday, so it was just really depressing. Didn't really know what to think, to be honest. I was just felt like a bit of a death sentence to be so.
Yeah.
You can imagine. Well, I don't know if you can, but yeah, it was shit.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I think it's hard to process a lot of your emotions when you're in this kind of situation, right? So
Mm.
I told you briefly, right? Then a few months ago, I went to the hospital. I got an MRI scan, and they found a lump on my hip, which luckily a month after, doctor called me and said, it's fine, it's a cyst. But yeah, in that month was like, all right, what's going on? I couldn't. There's no way that I was able to like be present and being mindful in a certain way, because it's like, all right, if something happened here, I just go, you know what I mean? And I'm a really big spiritual dude, but at the same time, it's like, I want to be here, man. I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy life. I want to do my
Yeah.
things, and also I'm really scared about like hospitals, needles, treatments, everything that you're going through, man. I will not be able to do that, you know what I mean? So
We don't know, do you, until you're doing it?
yeah, so watching you doing the video, you're in hospital and you smile and you do everything you're doing, it's like, all right, Callan can do that, then my life can be, it's definitely easier, and I can carry on with my days with a smile. What's what how I don't know how to fucking ask this. How you fucking do this, man? How how you can be so, and I believe that you probably have some bad days as well, but how and why you keep yourself so positive, so active, and just give me some tips, brother. It's like
Um,
the way that you just we spoke as well about mindful and being in the present moment, and I'm a mindfulness teacher, and you have like a more knowledge than me, and I guess so yeah, I want to know, brother.
to be honest, I have AA to sort of thank for a lot of ways I've been dealing with things at the moment. Um, I mean, like when I was in the hospital, the thought that before higher dose and at the very start, I was just sort of I was quite a negative person. I got through it because I saw it as a competition.
Yeah.
I looked at other cancer patients as like, well, I'm not them, and I just like it was just pure ego that and stubbornness that kept me going through it. Because I was like, oh, I can go for a drink, like not taking it seriously at all. But after higher dose, I had to learn to walk again. I couldn't talk or eat for a month, so I lost a lot of weight. I couldn't hear properly.
Wow.
Couldn't see actually. I actually went blind, so my eyes, the blood vessels burst, and they came back on their own, but it was more just for like a good like three months, I'd say. Like I couldn't see properly at the very start. I couldn't see it at all. So you can imagine like recovering, you just want to watch films and and you can't do anything, just sit there with your thoughts. And that's what I kind of did. And they say, well, after I didn't go straight to recovery, but I had a bit of a mental breakdown. And after that, just nothing felt the same. Like I'd train, but I'd want to hurt myself. I started going out, people would go, "Do you want to go to the pub?" And I was just like, "I don't want to," but I'd be like, "Yeah," like, and then I'd go and buy drugs immediately because I know that's what's going to happen. And then I sort of started lost my girlfriend in the end. She had enough. I sort of lost everything. In my head, I'd lost everything. I still had support from family, but you feel alone at that point of your
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
and it's isolating. And with the mind that I've got, and in AA, like I'm doing a lot of pointing at everyone else and not pointing at myself.
Mm.
And also so you're just blaming everyone. Like my girlfriend left, I was like, it's all her fault. It's all so bad, like so badly wanting to point at someone and just blame them for everything that's happened. And I ended up becoming a bit of a mess with drink. My body was still recovering from all this, and I'd think like my body's vibrating sometimes. I think I did drugs 2 days straight, and then I went and ran a half marathon, and everyone congratulated me. And they're like, "Oh, it took him ages because he's had all this treatment." I'm like you don't know half of it. Turned up at the start line still drunk. So and that was when it kind of hit me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. My brother's in recovery over a year now, so I thought give that a go,
Yes,
and
brother.
I'm about 3 months in, and it's the best thing I ever did because all the stuff that's happening at the moment, yeah, it's hard to deal with you, but because I'm sober and I can, you know, sort of I'm like level headed, I can see things a bit clearer,
Yeah.
and I can be of use. So, and that's the important part, you know. And I'm also talking to other people that have cancer, like connecting with as many people as you can. So, yeah, and just trying to live like more of a spiritual life. To be honest, it's just like not being negative. Even if I mean, today I've had a really crap day. I had a bit of an argument with someone, and it's kind of like I'm having like an emotional hangover. I
Yeah.
feel like just felt a bit down all day, but at the end, that you know, I'm not. It's only for today. Tomorrow will be a new day, and that's how I'm sort of living. You know, I can't make a 5 year plan with my situation. I might not be here,
Yeah.
and it's you know, I don't want to. Yeah, I've got to be like in the present. And I'm back with my girlfriend now, which is nice, but we're keeping it in the day. You know, today I feel good. I want to be sober. I'm going to do something nice. I'll do something nice for someone else, and just doing it day by day. And it's the same with the treatment. 1 minute it doesn't work, next minute there's something else. You know, the treatment that I'm on's working so far. It's expected not to work in a few months, but we'll
Right.
get to that point.
It's
It's
kind of like that switch of like self-love to,
yeah,
like you said, you're working in the gym, but you're doing it to hurt yourself. You know,
yeah.
it's like switching that mindset, I think.
Yeah, it's like with MMA, I used to go there because I didn't like myself. And
Yeah.
if I weren't abusing my body with drugs and alcohol, I'd
Hmm.
be in there and I'd want to get punched. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I don't like I'd
Yeah.
let them go. Like
Hmm.
and it was like, you know, it's not normal to do that.
Hmm.
But and then like now I've been doing things, if I can run, I can do MMA, I'm not overdoing it because I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to like train for a fight. I've got cancer, so I'm just going to do it because I want to see my friends and have a laugh and enjoy it, learn a bit something, and have a
Yeah.
run because I like running. But I'm not running to train for London Marathon. You know,
Hmm.
I'm training just to be happy and run towards happiness now rather than away from my problems. I'm dealing with them in a more healthy way.
I
Mm.
think there's a big difference, like where you have trying to find motivation from hate compared to from love. Like the hate eventually dwindles and there's nothing left,
Yeah.
whereas the love can kind of keep itself moving and it builds on itself and it compounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I broke up with my girlfriend, I went into the gym and I thought, well, I can batter my body with drugs, so let's give this a go. And then I
Mm.
was like, just pain, like you run out of that, or like very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like a shit battery you found in the drawer, and you're like, oh, this would do. Like
Yeah.
you don't know if it's got. Do you know what I mean? It's and then
Yeah.
I just thought, what am I doing to myself? So
Hmm.
like the self love is more, you know, um, consistent.
Yeah.
I guess it
Definitely.
keeps you more consistent.
Hmm.
And I might not do like a heavy session. Like when I'm pissed off, you do like your best session, but you're not
Yeah.
going to do that every day.
Hmm.
But
There was a
yeah,
video I saw the other day. It was about like in terms of going to the gym, you have like a floor and you have a ceiling, and if you set your floor, that's like the minimum that you're comfortable with. But you
yeah,
haven't got to be going full bore every single time you're in the gym because then you're not
yeah.
doing it for
You're
yourself.
good.
Then
Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be sustainable.
yeah.
But yeah, I've heard that thing as well. Give
Mm.
like your 100% of your 80%, that kind
Yeah,
of thing. And
exactly. Yeah.
it's yeah, it really is with like training and that kind of thing.
Mm.
But yeah,
I would like to say something about sobriety, brother, because it's a thing that I'm 3 and something years sober now, and
yeah,
it's
nice.
yeah, as you said, it's the best things. Yeah, and for me it is as well. And when I hear people, I'm in recovery or I'm sober, it just makes my day basically. But I found, I guess, especially at the beginning, the struggle because everything is around like drinking. You go outside with your mates and you drink. You get a kid and let's get out and drink. Let's get married and you drink. Everything is based on drinking, and
Yeah,
so I have to, recreate like a new environment. My friends, they were friends before, they're not friends anymore because they were just drinking mates. So I just rebuild everything, and I had to to meet different people, healthy people, and do activities that allow me to be healthier. And what do you think about it, bro? Did it happen to you as well, or you cope
Yeah, no,
well?
I'm quite similar. I haven't really seen a lot of my friends since I've gone into recovery, which is about 3.5 months now. I'll have to check the thing. I mean, it's not like I've purposely not wanted to see them. It's just I think you start outgrowing people, and I'm quite good at, not good, but I've had friends that were like my best friend like 10 years ago. But like, it's fine that we're not best friends anymore. We still say hello.
Yeah.
And I think like people have a sort of a hard time like letting go. And like some people just stay in the same time for the rest of their lives, or for like a lot longer than I do anyway. So I've been meeting, well, I guess like my proper friends, because they care about you, and they want you to be well. Whereas everyone else, you start realizing who's your drinking buddy and who is, genuine. And someone that's in this group chat again, I mean, he was there every day when I was at the hospital, like being his work gear and bringing pasta up, and like, he's a proper friend. Whereas I've got other friends that can't be bothered to like turn up to something that I really want people to come to, like support me in something,
Yes.
or you just a bit clear on that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean I can't. It's not like I go to the pub and then I look at a beer and I'm like itching. Like
Yeah.
I've lost that thing that makes me want to go for a drink. I have more fun. I'm a better person when I don't drink, more social. As soon as I have a drink, I'll be in the corner. I won't be talking. I'll be waiting for me drugs to arrive so I can leave. Yeah, like I want to leave as soon as I turn up, and I
Right.
still get that feeling when I go somewhere and it's a bit overwhelming. I can't go away to do anything. It's I just got to, like, that's something that I'm going to be get better over time. But
100%.
3 months, you just going to meetings, and I mean, you living a new life and trying to learn how to live that life. It's difficult because, like you said, meeting up with friends. I meet them for breakfast, because you're not going to have a beer at breakfast, are you? So well, some people might. Um, but yeah, and then I'm going to. I still get invited to things. I don't like, if no someone knows I'm in recovery, I'm in AA. It doesn't mean, oh, don't invite him out, because I have a better time, and now I can drive home because I'm not drunk
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
sounds cool, man. Sounds really cool. Another things that was interested, mate. Oh God, I forgot. I forgot. No, I remember now. I think I saw something on your social media, or maybe an interview or something like that, and you said something like, even if I will be cancer free, my life is not gonna go back as normal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and what I don't understand what you mean, and
I think with that, it's more, for a while, if you've got cancer or you've been diagnosed and you're fighting cancer, it's for a while you're hanging on to, oh, like it'll all be fine. I was, you're like delusional. Like, I mean, like if it was just a few months and then I was fine, I probably would have just gone back to what I was doing. Or after the high dose, when I had to learn to walk again, and basically felt like I died. Like I felt like I'd started again. And in that start again, found myself like going to pubs and like almost like trying to hang on to what you were, but you're not. Like
right,
I go into a hospital and I've got like PTSD. Like,
right,
I never knew what that really was. Like, yeah, I
yeah,
knew soldiers got it, but I'd go in and my mind would be saying, no, we're calm, but my body would just be jumping around and sweating.
yes,
My heart would go off.
Yeah.
And the nurse would be like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they'd just be like, "You need to sit down. You don't look good."
Right.
And that would just be for like a blood test. So
Wow.
I think you sort of quickly realize when you're at that point, it's like, well, I'm never going back to what I was. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? It's like, yeah, like delusional if you think you are. Like, I mean, I had to learn to walk again. And then I was talking about doing a triathlon. I'm like,
Wow.
we'll work up to that. But
Yeah.
my plan was to join the Royal Marines, or it was that, or like, start a family with my girlfriend, and we'd move somewhere. And for so long, I was saying to her, "Oh, I'll be all right." And then when I'm done with cancer, we'll carry on with what our plan was. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm different, so different from that
Right.
person." I was
Yeah.
26, I'm 28 now. I feel like I've gone on 10 years. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I used to refuse to do anything to do with cancer online. And then one day I just thought, no, like this is my life now.
Yeah.
I might never actually be cleared of it. And it'll be, one of them people living with cancer, but why stop living just because of that? I
Yeah.
can use that now to help other people. Or
Yeah.
so it's like my new purpose, like Royal
Yeah.
Marines. Like, that ain't gonna happen. Well,
It,
I'm gonna have a laser all this off after I've gone through too much pain in 2 years. I'll go and have a bit of fun running and doing that, but I don't need to prove that anymore. It's not, I'm dealing with it. It's the best thing that ever happened to me in a way, because I'm in AA, I'm in recovery, I'm a better person for it. But I
mm.
would like to get rid of cancer.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And let me tell you, bro, I as I can see and I speak with you and I I watch videos and something that captured my attention was like, I'm freaking talking on the phone with people that I don't know, and which I guess there are people that are going through the same issues that you're going through. And seems like it's not anymore about you anymore, sort of. But there's a bigger, as you said before, there's a bigger purpose, And
Yeah.
do I mean, do you have any ideas how you feel? What would you like to do, man?
What would I like to do?
Yeah, in terms of like,
Um,
to
I think
spread the Callan Roger vibe all over the world, man.
um, I don't know really. I kind of been talking about, maybe, I don't know. I've got like massive big plans, but I don't have anything like small term. It's just more, if I get through this and the treatment works, then I want to, live my life to the fullest. But also, I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing with the online stuff.
Yeah,
And then I've, like, yeah, like you said, I've been talking to other people on the phone every now and then, and it's just like good support. So I'll most likely, there's a charity that I did something for, and I'd quite like to get more involved with them, or maybe, lead on, do my own thing,
right.
start my own charity, or something will come to me, and then
Yeah,
I think I'll know what the path for me is. Do you know what I mean? It's the whole idea with AA. It's like kind of like letting go, like when you've got your controlled plan. When does your plan ever go to? When does it ever actually go to plan? Like, so letting go of all that was the best thing, because now it's not, oh, grass will be greener on the other side when I get out of like stop having
mm-mm.
cancer. It'll be, grass can be green now. And
Yeah,
then, if you're more adaptable, like, I've always been a really good runner. Maybe I could be a runner, or maybe I won't do anything to do with sports. It'll be going into like helping people, or like speaking to people. You don't really know. But I think if you're not adaptable, then
mm.
you will never know really, because
Yeah,
you're so, like,
yeah, definitely.
I know people that want to get a mortgage and all they care about is get a mortgage. They get a mortgage and they're miserable. What's the next thing? Like, I'll just let go of all of it.
Yeah,
Really.
that's cool. How do you feel to be in service to others, bro? Because
Um,
I kind of like, I'm working towards that, with my mindfulness things and my sound healing stuff, and even with this brother, I just wanted as much more people knowing your story, because it's fucking great, man. And it's quite tricky, but it's like, when I see you, on social media, my mind is like, cool, dude, today is gonna be a good day. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing, and and I'm healthy. You know what I mean. So it's not just about people with cancer, man. It's about everybody, man. Because it's like, yeah, it's like you just look in the sky and see that the brightest star, man, is like, okay, cool. Callan is doing this, and I can go out here and my fucking 9 to 5 job and come back without fucking complain.
Yeah.
Brother. So yeah, I appreciated what you're doing, man. Yeah, you're touching so many people, mate, and I hope I'm sort of like waiting that day when I can see on your social media you and say, okay, boys and girls, I'm cancer free, and let's get on.
Yeah.
And it's what I hope, bro, for you. And yeah, because you're great, bro. You're great.
No, cheers, mate.
No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. So it sounds a bit weird, but what's the best things and the worst things about this experience, man? Because I believe that a lot of things comes with shit time, and I won't wish anybody to go through this, but yeah, I think in life I went through some stuff, and I'm glad that I went through that.
Yeah.
And because when you come out of that fucking darkness, fucking hell, life is great, bro. And there's lyrics of a song that said, I'm not sure if I remember it now, but it's something like, give thanks to the great skies and the tempest, calm seas never shape the greatest.
Mm. Yeah.
That sounds cool for me. So what's the
Yeah.
best and the worst, brother?
Well, losing your testicle is probably one of the worst. No, it's no, you know what? That was probably the funniest part of it all. But with just the diagnosis and the journey till now, the worst things are probably, well, I don't know really, like with the fact that you're probably gonna die. I mean, that's the worst. The worst part of all of it is that none of us know when we're going to go, but when you're diagnosed with cancer, you're kind of in the waiting room. That's because everyone tries to, they think I need to be cheered up with stuff like that. So a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, but none of us know when we're going to die. I could die tomorrow. I could get hit by a bus." I'm like, yeah, but you don't. No one's told you. Oh, you've got more of a chance tomorrow of getting hit by a bus. It's And that's what cancer is. When you get diagnosed, all it is, oh, like you might die, and but you're still not right now. Like it's like a unknowing. But when you get to like my point now, where I'm on my 7th treatment, and it's an aggressive cancer, it's spread everywhere. You need to sort of get in the headspace where every day is for today. Otherwise, I've done it before. You start thinking about like the past or thinking about the future, and I'll just get so depressed.
Right.
Today, I've just been thinking like we have had a really nice day with my girlfriend. I've been a bit. It's just sad because the whole weekend I've just had has been really nice, and it's annoying because then end of this week it's chemo, bloods. It's back to reality, and that's the hardest part of it all. Whereas the best part of it all was getting to where I am now, spiritually, and I mean, I say mindset. I don't listen to my mind because it gets me doing stupid stuff. So
what's about spirituality is great, brother, because it's years that I'm trying to figure it out this, and still I'm not sure where I am. What do what do you think about spirituality, man? What do you think it is? If it's a question that can be answered.
Um,
Um, yeah,
well,
makes
I
sense.
talked to a few other people, and because you have your gut feeling, and gut is basically God. I can't remember where, like someone told me your gut feeling is supposed to be, God. So the amount of times I've had a gut feeling and I've not listened to that, I've just done something, but I've started listening to it more.
Mm,
And also things like, coincidences, like when you bump into someone or all them kind of moments. That's like my higher power, because I don't believe in a sky daddy that sent
mm,
his son down to do like magic tricks. It's not my.
mm.
But then I'm not someone to point and say that's wrong. Whatever brings someone hope, and I'm all for it. But my thing's a bit more. I think if you can't explain it, then it probably is like a proper like belief. That's
Mm.
why I spoke to my sponsor, and he just said, if you can't explain it, then you probably are open to that. Because I can't. It's yeah, but it's I've stopped drinking, and I don't think about it. So I must believe in something, and then I'm a lot calmer throughout the day, and all them sort of things. That's not just being sober. It's just you without drink, you're still a lunatic. You need to go to meetings. You need to do the spiritual journey
Yes,
and the
man.
program, and that's what I'm doing. So the fact that I'm just doing that, and the fact that I'm still alive and gone through like quite a journey, that's like my sort of higher power.
That's cool.
But yeah,
Did you finish the 12 steps yet?
no, I've because I'm only 3 months, so I'm actually starting my step 4, which is your inventory. So a lot of people hate doing it because it's all about everything that's happened in your life, all your fears, all your resentments, and just working through it all. So I'm gonna spend an evening doing that, and we'll probably do a few evenings. I've got quite a lot of stuff that I need to get on, and then you talk about things that people that you've harmed, or that's what your step 4 is, and then you sort of look at where's your part to play in that, and 9 times out of 10 it's you that was probably in the wrong, or like I used to resent loads of people, and really, when you start stripping it back as to why, I've probably done something shit to them, or do you know what I mean? I've not been there for them, so
Mm.
I've only got myself to blame.
Yeah, I'm agree with this, man. I guess for some reason I was doing the same, brother. Pointing fingers. Oh, it's
Mm.
him. It's her. It's my dad. It's my mom. And I wasn't taking responsibility of what I was doing, basically. And when I understood that, things changed because in terms of not doing that, you need to grow, and when you grow, you getting closer of the best version of yourself.
Yeah,
So yeah, well done, man. Well
yeah.
done.
Cheers.
No problem, man. Um, I was going to ask about. I wanted to start a jiu-jitsu, right? If my back wasn't fucked,
Yeah.
and I don't know for which reason. I know a couple of friends of mine that comes to the ice bath. They are like a black belt, and they always mention this that there's a little bit of like a spirituality in jiu-jitsu, and I don't understand why. And I see some video when they upgrade to with a different belt. They have to go through all your mates, and they fucking
Oh yeah, that's like an old. We didn't do that at my gym,
really.
but yeah, they take their shirt off and everyone
Yeah,
whips them.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing, bro. Um, so it it's I don't know. Yeah, I was just kind of like I'm interested about a little bit going a little bit deeper in this jujitsu part. If it's true that or it can be also a spiritual activity and not just like a physical sports.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really. I've always just done it because I like I don't know. I guess it is. I'm not like a black belt. I'm, the ones that have been doing it for years and years, they probably know a bit more about all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But I know there's like meditation and yoga around Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm.
Obviously, Jiu-Jitsu is you need to be very flexible and calm as well. It's about your breathing. Like when you're grappling with someone, and if your breathing's not controlled, you're just blowing out your arse. Do you know what I mean? So it's controlling your breathing and actually staying calm. People say, "Oh, when I see red, you don't want to get in my way," and I'm like, you don't want to get in the way of someone that's calm when they're fighting, and it because they can think more. They can. So like when we used to train, it was just yeah, you can be relaxing. It can be more energetic, or sometimes you'd really go for it, but you got all different levels. So when I go now, my coach said you're gonna have to learn the old man way. So I was like, yeah, because I was wearing knee pads and all sorts. So I've been training with the older lot. I mean, they're more experienced and they've got they're all black belt, brown belt. I'm blue belt. So, but most blue belts are flying around the place doing backflips, and I'm just there trying to walk.
That's
But
cool, bro.
but yeah, I've not really studied the spiritual sort
That's
of
fine.
part of it.
Yeah, I think everybody have like a different. They feel in different ways. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, I never experienced. So, yeah. I mean, there's anybody that would like to ask any questions or share something. Yeah, just feel free to do whatever you want. Yeah, it's like 7:44. I don't want to hold you too long, but there will be a little meditation, just like a few minutes, nothing worse. But yeah, if you have something to share, something to say, something to ask, that's the moment.
So I've had my own like battle with drugs and stuff, and I think there's a real struggle of identity coming away from it and trying to know who you are.
Yeah.
So just wanted to get your take on that. How did you deal with?
Yeah. No, the reason why I ended up in AA was I think I never actually knew what my identity was.
Mm,
I was the tough guy with the tattoo on his head, like stay the fuck away from me,
yeah.
MMA, and then I was a mess. And then I just think like for years I don't think I actually knew who I was. And
Hmm.
then only going to AA is when normally it strips people down, but
Mm,
I felt like I already had that done. But
yeah.
physically, when I came out of the hospital, like I said, I was just like I looked like a corpse. And
Mm,
I think that was when I realized, like, yeah, like whatever was before, it's just been stripped. And now I'm
yeah.
just falling into things that I know I can go into a pub, even though I've got crutches
Hmm.
and then going to AA, you sort of realize I'm like, I've played this act all my life. Like I'm tough.
Mm,
And really, I'm actually quite like like gentle person. Like especially in a relationship with someone, I've dated girls before, and they said, "Oh, I thought you was going to be a dickhead," and I was like, "Why?" And they said, "Like because you look like one."
yeah.
um,
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, oh, cheers. I thought the tattoo on your head, you're going to treat me like shit. I'm like, is that what you want? So
Yeah.
I used to pull the wrong type of people. And
Hmm.
with my girlfriend at the moment, I think she just always she's very spiritual and
Mm,
she's very into like therapy and all that kind of stuff. And it was like opened it to me, but I never did it. And then going AA, it was like, oh shit, this like starting to figure out why I'm the way I am
hmm.
and stop denying all the things that I actually like. Like I like,
Yeah.
I like going to like farmers markets with
Hmm.
my girlfriend. Like I used to take the piss out of everything. It's like because I couldn't find why other people were so happy. It's because
Yeah.
I wanted to be happy. So I was just pointing everyone else like, oh, look at that. And really I was just jealous.
Mm.
Because it's what I
I
want to
think
do.
I think it's a real like it's definitely a big part of the spiritual side of it because you kind of have to let a piece of you die to get past
Yeah.
that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
definitely.
I think it was Alan Watts that said you're under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, that's
And
yeah,
I
it's
really like
exactly.
that because you don't have to be if you don't know who you are, there's no reason why you have to be that person. But
Yeah,
figuring that out and making that choice is not easy.
but that's why they say it only really works when you go to like rock bottom, which is,
Yes.
you know, people, you know, they come to AA and then they end up leaving. But I'm like, maybe you just haven't got to the very rock bottom. And then
Yeah.
once you're at rock bottom, you're open to anything because you're like, well, whatever I'm doing is wrong.
The only
And
way is up from that point,
yeah,
right?
and that's it. The only way is
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah.
that's like my, you know, I've got a spiritual awakening kind of like belief.
Mhm.
It's, I feel like it's genuine because I felt like I died when I was in the hospital. I
Yeah.
gave up, and then you just turn into like a piece of meat that's getting needles put in them. It's
Mhm.
like you're not there anymore, and I weren't there for months after. It was just like,
Imagine it's very disassociative. Like,
yeah, I think it,
yeah.
you know, my rock bottom just came a bit, like cancer just sped it up. I was always
Mhm.
going to end up in recovery. Well,
Yeah.
I might have never got there, but I should have. And cancer just sped it up. And
Yeah.
then, like the whole word God and all that sort of stuff, I used to throw up in my mouth over. I was like, oh, you know, I used to get forced to go to church when I was younger. So
Mm.
I hated it. And then it's weird how I'm talking about it now. I never
Mm.
would have thought I'd be
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole sort of identity and all that sort of stuff. Like yeah, AA. Like the last 3 months, I've never known myself before this. It was like I
Mhm.
was asleep,
Wow.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
actually woken up. I'm like, oh, I can actually
Yeah.
be of use.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. Totally relate. I went through my own kind of mental health journey, and I feel like the person I was before and who I am after, completely different people. It's
Yeah,
definitely like it's that phoenix story, you know. It's the death and the rebirth,
yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
you know. And you kind of you just do. I think you said about, you know, you kind of feel but you have to learn everything again to a degree because it is
Yeah,
that rebirth, isn't it?
yeah, because you're a
Which
new
is scary.
version of yourself. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to
You have to
learn how
figure out
to
how
live
this new
your
version
life.
of you does everything, which
Yeah.
is yeah,
This is
yeah.
yeah, it's weird, and like I said, I had to learn to do everything again
Hmm.
physically, and then I've
Yeah,
you know it's like you're just starting from scratch, and I'm like, why? What better way to do it sober and
yeah,
actually become? I used to think I was the best version of myself because I went to MMA. I was
yeah,
far from it.
mhm,
Now I'm on the way to becoming the best version of myself, like because
yeah,
it's the you know it's this. It's not the physical things that I thought were making me like all powerful. It's
yeah,
you know my mind can get me through anything at the moment.
hmm,
It's because I'm not doing the thinking.
yeah.
I've handed it
And
over. I hand it over every morning. So
yeah.
you
And when you
know,
do
not every
get
day is
through that,
great. Do you know what I mean? It's
when you do get through that as well, it's like you've built such a strong foundation that anything after that, you kind of know that you're capable.
yeah. Oh,
You know?
especially with this, I make jokes.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's almost it's like expert mode, and
yeah,
then the rest of the life will be easy mode.
yeah,
Mm.
I mean, it won't be easy all throughout life, but you know, it just makes things a bit
hmm,
easier. You know,
yeah, yeah,
it's. I mean, I thought that with a lot of people. Like, I lost a lot of people when I was younger.
mm,
So, and I've had a friend that only just lost his nan. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it's not the first person you've like that you love is it has died. I'm like, you know, it's yeah, like he was acting how I did when my nan died when I was like 7
yeah,
or however old I was, probably a lot older than that. But and then you just get a bit not numb to it, but you know, you start appreciating a lot more. Like
yeah,
little days I go out with my friends or with my girlfriend, and I'm like, oh, I find
hmm,
myself like smiling to myself because I'm like, oh, it's just so nice just for today.
yeah.
Like,
It's the
because I
beauty in
know,
the
you know,
little
I've been
things,
doing
isn't it?
chemo and
Mm,
I've
yeah,
had like some real hefty moments in life, and I'm like, wow, this is one of the nice ones.
hmm,
So I'm appreciating it more because I
yeah,
never used to.
hmm,
Oh, yeah.
Right. Um, I've got something to say about what we were talking about. It's sort of like sometimes. Sorry, guys. Somebody's. ringing the bell. I think sometimes, and when you were talking about like the PTSD and stuff. So when I was 3 days old, I got like a massive surgery, right? And I never realized that that experience in my life, which I was, I wasn't even aware or of what was going on because I was so little, but affect my life so much. And I'm scared to go to the dentist. I'm scared to go to the hospital just for just for not even a blood exam, but just for whatever, something easy. Just get inside and get a paper. And I believe that alcohol and drugs and all those bad habits that I was used to do help a little bit with like suppressing some emotions, right? But until the time, until you don't realize that, and you work towards improving, and as you said, like to be a better version of yourself, that's is going to carry on. Also, who is fixing the traumas that our grandparents went through? Nobody, because back then they were not aware. Oh, he went to the psychologist. Shh, don't talk about it. Like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But now we are more aware about traumas and stuff, and we just like work towards like a better well-being, I guess. So and Callan, you said you lost your father at one years old, and maybe you don't remember it, but your fucking body witnessed that and is inside yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe anger comes from that. Who knows what's
Yeah, I
going
think,
on.
and also growing up with my mum was a widowed young woman.
Yeah.
So, me and my brother had to, even though she was really good and still took us on holiday, we're still dealing with her emotional,
Yeah, bro.
what she's going through. It passes on to whoever's in the house with you. Like me and my brother are very, very similar in that way. But and I think anything that happens when you're a kid, it affects you, and you don't really know how to deal with it. It's only as you get older, it starts coming up again, and there's things that you'll find you never dealt with when you was a kid. I'm only
Yeah.
sort of getting to it now. I'm 28 and got cancer. Do you know what I mean? I think some people never do.
Yeah,
I'm just
probably.
lucky I've been forced in a situation where I can actually see it, really.
Cool. Any other question, guys? No? Yes?
Hello, I will, if that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
right?
Hello, Will.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good. Thanks, Alberto, and thanks for your talk. It was really nice and well done on your sobriety. It's massive. I'm also in the fellowship, and what did you say, which I liked? Just, without the alcohol, I'm still a fucking nutter, basically, and I'm still a mess, and I'll always be that mess. And that's basically why I drank, because it was calm my mind and used.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess at the moment I'm kind of going through a phase of, I feel like I've somewhat abandoned my friends, or I think that's what they're thinking I've done because of this life I've chosen. And it's such a massive change, right? Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really see a lot of my mates anymore because my life's changed so much. And that's why I have to do this, for me to stay clean and sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming up to, I'll be a year and a half soon, which is like ridiculous. It's crazy, and it's still like, messes with my head with what I'm doing. And sorry, that's my dog. Yeah, no, yeah, well done. You're sober in such hard time, like
Yeah.
massive, like pat on your back and huge. You know what I mean? Like,
Cheers.
you're handling it, and you're feeling everything. You're not using and drinking on it, and that's like massive. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a question. It was just me expressing my thoughts and feelings. It almost feels like I'm on an AA meeting right now. It's
Yeah.
actually quite.
I was about to say, it feels like I've just done a chair and now you're sharing back.
Yeah, just kind of saying, well done, mate. And yeah,
No,
if you want
cheers.
to swap numbers at all or anything like that, let me know. And just, yeah, well done. And yeah, big up.
Thanks,
Nice
brother.
one. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. I guess we're arriving on the end of it. It's good. Do you want to do a little meditation? I'm gonna play a little bit of guitar, just like a few minutes.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say, cheers everyone that's come to this call. I've never actually done anything like this, so And like Will said, it felt like I was doing a chair. So I guess it's practice for doing that.
No, thank you,
And
brother.
cheers for anyone that's donated.
Yeah,
That'll
thank
go
you.
towards my fund for like the treatments that I'm doing at this place. So yeah, anything helps. And if not, it's just nice to talk to everyone.
Yeah,
You're so welcome, Callan.
Nice one. Thank you.
nice. Yeah, yeah, I just like spent a couple of seconds to thank you, brother. So much wisdom today, and that's the right spot, I guess. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm a musician. I always love like heavy music, punk rock, and I found myself being a mindfulness teacher and a sound healing practitioner. So yeah, I'm just like to use a little bit of guitar and do a little guided meditation, just a few minutes, and we say hello to each other, and we go our way. Okay, if you don't mind.
Nice.
Cool.
No, cheers for having me.
That's no problem at all, bro. All right, if you don't mind to close your eyes and just like connecting to yourself. Just relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Relax your chest. And just notice your breath, your belly, going up and down. How does that feel? And if you can think about something like that makes you feeling happy or grateful for this life, just put the emotion in the air. Try to push your feet on the ground just a little bit. Feel the energy. Start to come back. Feel your hands move a little bit. Move your feet a little bit as well. Give a little stretch to the neck. And welcome back, guys. When you feel, just open your eyes. All right, guys. Awesome.
Thank you, man. That was nice.
That was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I've got a surprise, Callan.
Yeah.
You have the honor to close this event,
Okay.
and so yeah, the stage is all yours. You have a few minutes, I guess.
What do you want to do? The Serenity Prayer?
I don't know, whatever, bro. Whatever you feel, my homie.
No, I won't. Might mess it up. I don't want to. No, like I said, everyone. Cheers for all coming and supporting me. Yeah, like I said, I've never really done something like this, so yeah, it's been really nice experience. I feel knackered after that meditation, so I'm probably just gonna like chill out now and have a bit of dinner.
Sick.
Hope everyone has a nice evening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna shoot off.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the donation. And Callan, I'm still waiting you at the ice bath on a Sunday morning when you're ready. All right?
Yeah. No,
Cool.
we'll do that.
Perfect.
Give you a
Sick.
text.
Definitely. Love you, brother. Love you, everybody.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Cheers,
We're
mate.
all rooting for you, Callan.
Thank you. Cheers. In a
Cheers,
bit,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.